What's going on, y'all? Okay, this is the AAR of the another one of the actual strip down and damage report. Some of it was pre-existing, and then the other half was all from my ignorance. So really, man, all this shit you see here, even though you're seeing it here, this thing is still badass, man. I ran it through the creek and made one major error and just realized why I have to buy a whole new tub and all that. But I'll get into that. Okay, so got it. Okay, these are screwed because I didn't tape the holes right. So they're still soaked on the inside. I squeezed as much as I could, but so they're done. All right, so that was my fault. Bumper, still technically good. See this pin bent right there, that little guide pin, and the other one snapped off. It was still on there and good and doing the job, but shifting, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead and get another one. C-hub, I cracked this probably around 10 runs after I had it, so maybe for the last 15 runs or more, it's been like this. And all you've seen, if you watch the Creek videos, man, I finally beat the shit out of it. And it didn't break. It's still cracked, but intact. But I have other ones, so I'll go ahead and replace that too. Okay, the CV shaft right here at the knuckle. When I first got out there, somehow it managed to make it on the first few runs in the yard when I got it back together. But when I got out there, you seen it took off and then nothing, spin, and I noticed the pin was gone in here. So luckily I threw another bad one because I've had that happen already. I ordered a set and I lost the other good one, but I threw the other bad one in my bag with the other parts at the last second before I went out there, and I remembered that I had it and it had the good pin in it. The shaft was actually bent where they put the hub over, but it had the pin in it, so I took the pin out, and it actually didn't have that centerpiece either. I think there's a lot of play, and compared to the other ones, I think this bigger hole, there's another pin in here with another hole, like a sleeve in here, where you put this pin through that. You know what I'm saying? And there's less slack. But either way, it worked. So I'm gonna order another set of these. So, yeah. What else? Okay, drive cup. This has been splintered for a while too. And that's one of their weak points, but still lasted all through the creek patching and all that. I thought this was gonna go a while ago and still was going, but this is one of their weak points, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna order some more. I'm gonna order 4 output cups. See how they get the indention too? I'm gonna order four more, all new ones. And all the differentials feel good, all the gears inside still. Even though I'm gonna replace them and take them out, they all still feel good, twisting on them, all 3 different ones. Okay, so here's the last thing. Well, I'm gonna have to get a new chassis or a tub. So what happened, as you see, look how chewed up that is, where the bearing sits and all that, and where the pumpkin sits close to it, completely chewed up from sediment. You see that? You see that? Look at that. Look at that. See the cover? Completely chewed up. And I was wondering why, and I just realized, you idiots. Because I was like, that's a lot to get in there, man. And I'm like, how? Well, my stupid ass never put the cover back on here intentionally, because I was always monitoring the plastic spur. Because I just want to know, it's one of them things I think that's good because it's so wide that, you know, I don't think I'm going to need to ever replace it, that it's not an issue to put a metal in. But I've just been leaving it all so I can always look at it. I got tired of taking that off. Well, major error. Because I had this off, all that shit was going in there, and and even when I was taking the body off and replacing batteries and shit, never even looked at that and thought about it, man. So I screwed that up, and now I gotta buy new tub, you know, new cover, and I'm just gonna go ahead and buy this. Is like $22 for the whole thing. I'm just gonna get the whole thing and for extra parts and just replace the hub, and I'm gonna put diff fluid and everything too. So that's like what, $15 for the chat. That's all I think, 22. So, you know, about 40 some bucks with the bone cover after tax, under 50 bucks. But I'm gonna order another $50, $60 in other extra parts, maybe even more, man. I'm gonna get some extra arms. I got extra upper arms, which is the other weak point too. Drive cups, upper arms, and plastic servo horn that strips pretty much after the first few runs. if they've replaced those, upgraded those few things, in my opinion, it would be all. I mean, it already is awesome, but that would just be like badass. You know what I mean? You're gonna have breakages and maybe make the bumper a little stronger, but the drivetrain is what I'm mostly worried about. You know what I mean? And certain people are complaining about the C hubs and this, but I'm not really complaining about, okay, pins in the knuckles. All right, maybe those, but those are the first three things I said. Man, those are the main things. If they could toughen those up, this thing would be. I mean, hopefully they don't abandon this with parts like they do the shredder. You know, I just, you know, they need to just do a couple upgrades. Now, I did buy because when I broke it, the actual turnbuckle broke on the upper arm. So I kept the two ends, the two hinges, the plastic that screws into, and I found a titanium one. They're like shit, around $10 a piece or more, or something, 7 or 12, I can't remember, man. It's 50 millimeters by 4, and I threaded it, kept the ends and it threaded right in, so I have another one. I'm thinking about buying 3 more and just replacing all that with the because I don't know where everybody else's are breaking. If they are breaking at the actual turnbuckle, well shit. So I'm probably gonna do that. Order 3 more of those. Like I said, if y'all want to try it too, they're titanium. You know what? Oh, I keep talking about it. Let me just bust it out. I've already put it in there. Here we go. See? There. So I've already replaced the upper arm, and this is titanium. And I don't know the website, but they're out there. I think they're anywhere between 7 and 12, something like that. So maybe a little more expensive, but if everybody's are breaking at the turnbuckle and the actual plastic's good at the 2 hinges, well shit. Maybe this will be the answer, man. So I'm going to go ahead and do that too. I'm going to order 3 more of these and replace the other ones and see what's up and see if that can eliminate one thing. But, yeah, man, I induced this. It is what it is. So when I buy this new tub and all that, I'm going to order some extra shit. I'm probably going to spend over $100 in parts, but I want to get a couple extra parts too. Some more CV, another set of those. Like I said, bumper, what else? Probably just an extra set of lower arms for the front and the back too, just to have them. I already have extra C hubs, maybe some hubs. What else? Just some other random parts on it. But man, all in all, I really, really, really like the Kaiju. It's fun on 4S. It's just in a little beginning realm of nutty on 4S, but controllable. You know what I mean? About 40, but it still accelerates and gets up there quick, especially if you got some good punchy batteries in there. But when you put it on 6S, it's loony, man. Especially for what I was doing. It just gets up to speed so fast, man. It's just nutty, man. It's a squirrel. It's a squirrel. So I'm really thinking about getting another one. I'm almost locked in on the Arma Outcast 6S. I'm about to get that when this stimulus comes. But the second RC I want to get, I'm like open. The infraction I wanted to get, but that's all sold out everywhere. And I'm thinking I'm going to eventually get to my hobby too. But man, you know what? I think I really might get another Kaiju, man. So I don't know, man. Gotta thinking for another week. But regardless, gonna order these parts. And yeah, man, so I would definitely recommend the Kaiju. And if you're gonna run it, and if you ever take this cover off, I would definitely recommend putting it back on if you're gonna run it. And it's cool to leave it off in regular environments, but now you see what can happen in creek runs. All that's enclosed down in there, and it just grinded, all that sediment got in there and grinded up. And that's what happens. So can't blame them for that. So this thing's badass, and if you own one, you already know what I'm saying. It has this few flaws because it's the first gen, but even though it's the first gen with this few flaws, like I said, if you own one, you know how much fun this thing is, man. It's a little squirrely nut job. But all right, so that's about it, man. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna go start ordering parts and shit. And so if you subscribe, thank you for subscribing. If you don't, you should. And if you listen to me ramble on about all this bullshit, thanks. So y'all have a nice night and just stay safe out there and enjoy the time with the family. All right, y'all.